Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Keep Talking podcast, brought to you by Clean Sheet. Today we've got a bit of a special episode. We've not strayed into gloves or off territory. However, we've got Mr. Josh King, aka the Stonehouse Felon, and Damon Ware, both from the Doghouse boxing gym. Obviously, thanks to Brad allowing us to use this facility on this nice sunny Sunday afternoon. Yeah, boys, obviously explain a bit about what we do. Obviously, to get to know you a bit, Josh, Damon, so let's talk about what got you into boxing? Josh?
Happy for me to start. Well, good afternoon to everyone. So welcome, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the Clean Sheet. It's a privilege to be on. Yeah. I'm so happy I don't have to look at the camera because I'm not a very attractive man. What I would say, actually, this is quite a good story. I don't know how long we've got. If you're happy to listen, if the audience are happy to listen, this is going to be a good one. And this is entirely true as well. All my life, I was a very impressionable kid. So growing up, Bruce Lee would have been one of my idols. Yeah. Absolutely adored him. I always wanted to be able to go into like a kitchen and take on 40 men. I'm a huge fan of The Karate Kid. I would say that is probably my favourite film. Yeah. So I had very supportive parents, absolutely wonderful, but I was always one of those children that did every sport possible. Right. So one minute I'd be a famous tennis player, and I would go to the classes for a month and pay you $5 a go or whatnot, and then after the month I'd say to my dad, right Dad, I want to be Serena Williams when I grow up, can you buy me the racket? 100 quid later I'd get the racket, and then I'd never pick it up again, because the following month I was going to be a snooker player, and I'd go up Plymouth Snooker Club, go up for a month every time without fail, and then I'd finally get the 3-piece cue, with the tip, and that'd be 100 quid. I'd never pick the cue up again. 15 years old, Union Street Flats, knock on the door. It was the karate canvassers, the Doryaku Ryu Karate Jutsu, and they've said, young man, would you like to do karate? Obviously, Bruce Lee being my hero, The Karate Kid being my favourite film. I said, I'd absolutely love to. This was at 17:30, 5:30 of an evening. This is the truth. This is honestly the gospel truth. They said, but you have to be 16 to sign up. You need an adult's permission. So I said, all right, my dad will be back from Princess Yachts in an hour's time if you'd like to come back then. So half hour later, he's arrived. I went, Dad, I'd really like to do karate. No chance, boy. You won't stick at that kung fu. We bought you every sports uniform in the world. There's no chance you'll do it. So therefore, I've convinced him to sign me up. He's paid the £28 insurance fee. I think he gave me £15 for the karate suit, the gi. And I'd started going. And I continued to prove him wrong that I would stick to the kung fu. I used to do the katas in my bedroom. It looked like a Zumba class. From there on out, as much as I loved it, it was non-contact. It was non-contact, and I had realised that it wasn't going to be very efficient because I was always picked on at school. The reason I'm the Stonehouse Felon is because I'm frightened in real life. That's the truth. I've never had any controversies, never had a street fight. So I joined Masters Academy on Rendo Street for kickboxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Absolutely loved it. I was besotted with it, and I had lost 7 stone in 6 months. It was quite cool. So with about half a year, I was walking around like the cock of the town. I thought, I'm 11.5 stone here. I'm so handsome. So then with that, I went from about 11.5 stone to about 12 stone 2. My world was shattered. My mental health was all over the place. So I was working in the mill fields at the time. And everyone that was turning up used to come in with a packed lunch. It'd be like a ham sandwich or a pasta. I used to turn up with 8 Yorkies. So I went from 11 stone 7 to 12 stone 2. I was still training very hard. And one night I rang up my mum and I said, Mum, I've put on about half a stone. Could you start making me packed lunches for work? And in her words, she said, you're an effing grown man. You can make your own packed lunches. So what I had done...
How old were you?
I was 19, which I think is unjustified.
Oh, no, I just didn't expect packed lunches at 19.
Yeah, fair, I still do that.
Joe and me. So what I had done is I booked a one-way ticket to Thailand.
Yeah.
I moved to Thailand at 19. Lived in a Muay Thai gym. And then as I came back, my good friend and mentor and coach, Bradley Kinsman, had opened up the Doghouse boxing gym. And from then on out, I had never looked back.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story.
Well, fair play.
And Damon, is it as elaborate? Or?
Do you know what? In all honesty, first of all, gentlemen, the same as Josh, a massive thank you for having us on.
That's right,
and,
good,
it's
mate.
nice to sit down and it's been a good build up to this.
Yeah.
And this here, and listening to Josh's story, mine's definitely not as elaborate as that. This is, do you know, as a young lad, I didn't, which I'm quite glad to be fair, I never tried any other sports.
Yeah.
I was never like, no, it's just when you're young, all your friends and that play football.
Yeah, of course,
I could never play football.
Yeah.
I was brought up in Devonport, Mount Moy's End.
Yeah.
I think I said a massive thank you to our promoter, Brad.
Yeah.
Good friend, Brad. Josh's coach. Brad's not actually my coach. He's
right.
we rent a space down here. Obviously, Josh boxes for Doghouse, but they've been brilliant. We always train down here.
So I got that wrong with the stable mate.
Yeah, the stable mate. Do you know what? Listen, this
Sparring partner. Should we go say you haven't sparred yet? Or?
Do you know? Do you know what? Right, I'll get to the bit about Josh afterwards because I'll just give you my background. We started off in Mount Moy's Devonport as a young lad, like 9, 10, about 10 years of age. We didn't really have a lot to do. So it'd be every weekend we'd go up and break into the old boxing gym. I was being one of the smallest and thought I was a bit of a jack lad. Get up there. One Sunday, we'd been doing it for maybe 3 or 4 weekends in a row. Go up, break in, rob the gloves, come back down and you'd have a scrap all day. Yeah, but one of these Sundays I decided to break in. I didn't realise they were sparring. So I went in there and there's an old coach in there by the name of Mr. Edwards, Brian Edwards. He grabbed me by the scruff and all I was worried about was my mum and dad finding out. And he gave me a bit of a bollocking and I just said, oh look, don't tell my mum and dad. He said, you come back here, return the gloves you've stolen, I'll let you train up here. And bless him, he's a lovely bloke, let's train up there for a while. There's lads I went to school with who I thought, I'm going to put you in these lads. I thought, I'll fucking beat them up. I had my head boxed off every week for months, but something that kept me going back. I thought, no, I've got to get better. I just fell in love with the sport. That was at 10, 11 years of age. We're now at 39. And it's the only thing I've ever known. It's the only thing I've enjoyed and passion. I love the sport. It's kept me out of trouble, sort of. And now going back to our friend Josh. And look, I'll be honest, lads, like I said, thank you for getting us on in town. I want to get both of us get our side across. Boxing, you've got to have good rivalries and you've got to have a good dance partner. And we've sat here, we've done the wind up back and forths. I'm never going to say, like, I never thought our paths would cross. I've always been a fan of Josh's. That's the truth. He deserves a big fight. He will box anyone, at any time, at any weight. And some of my performances have been very lackluster, to say the least, lately. I needed a challenge. And like I said, this man here will step up and fight anyone. So to be able to fight Josh, and for us to know we're going to both go in and give 100%. The one thing last night, Josh, they had their show last night, a very successful show, the Doghouse show, which went down to Josh was emceeing on it. And if I had £1 for every time even still now, I can't even go work or walk down the street. Me and Louise, I walk down and someone's, who's going to win? And in all honesty, look, we're both proud, egotistic men, right? We both think we're going to win. But the honest answer is, the winner is whoever's got a ticket for that fight. Because Josh, I think he'll agree with me, and I'm sure he will agree with me. It's going to be a hell of a fight. And that's the story of how we got into boxing and how we're still here. And I think it's going to be a cracking night. So
we'll obviously give him a bit of kudos. And so you're fighting under.
I'll fight under Sean Tasker, the team Tasker. I'm fighting under Sean. He's my coach. I'm Delta. So I've got 2 coaches. Sean, who's been more like a father figure to me. But we train at the same gym as obviously which Brad and Josh. Obviously it's the Doghouse gym. But we rent a space down here and train on separate evenings. But it's been brilliant. We've got a small team, and it's just nice. I've got some young lads coming through. And another thing I want to give kudos to Josh. I want to show, especially the lads I've got. A lot of people seen the Dodge fights. It's common. It is what it is. But it's like we're both at the stage of our careers now where we've boxed everyone. We've Josh, how many fights have you had now?
I've now had 74.
So
74,
so we're both around the same.
You're around the same.
Yeah. 75. So it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to give full credit and respect where it's due. He will fight anyone at any time.
Yeah.
So
How many did you say you had?
I'm around 74, 75, Josh. It's
So I'm
definitely
76 then.
Yeah, 77 I think I was. But, no, like we said, I just want to show the lads and other lads.
Yeah.
Take these fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Take the real fights. It's
And I think for any boxing fan, like even like you say, from the top end right into the local side of things and the blue collar side, it's, you know, people want to see people fight each other. Like,
100%.
do you know what I mean? And like, you know,
we've divided the city between us.
Exactly,
Like,
do you know what I mean?
we really have.
Yeah.
But like you say this, I can't go anywhere and get away from this fight. I can't.
No.
I can't even go a day without someone saying, even last night people thought we were fighting last night. It's like, nah, it's for a local fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
like
brilliant.
there's promoters who's reached out to Brad, like fair play, it's hell of a fight. And I think to be fair, and I think, how easy was it for you to make, Josh?
Oh, yeah, I
was
was
done.
going to say yeah to anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And you said full credit where credit's due. He will fight anyone at any time. And I've got to give him nothing but respect for that. And he's given me the, excuse my language, but he's given me the kick up the ass I needed.
Yeah.
So I know I'm in a proper fight.
Yeah, of course.
So, it's great. It's, like I said, we're both excited. We're both very focused. It's going to be a great night on April the 18th.
Yeah. So remember April the 18th?
Yeah, so just listen to both of your stories and the passion you've got for the sport, but not only that, the thanks you've got for coming on here. So first of all, boxing is a sport. You've got to be regimed, you've got to train, you've got to be to the T.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It really is.
You're choosing
It's a lifestyle.
you're not choosing the sport, you're choosing a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
With
mate,
football, you can turn up with your boots for an hour training session and go back to what you want to do.
Yeah.
But you've got to watch what you're... It's just a way of life you're choosing, and you stick to that path.
Yeah.
But the, let's say, ethos around boxing, I think, has now touched on mental health since Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Tyson Fury, Ricky Hatton,
yeah,
massive,
they will come
massive.
out. But when Tyson come out, for example, we talked about this before about the press. Tyson was at his lowest. He's across the sun, the big dosser. That's what he calls everyone, right? Big and Josh as well, because I seen your video earlier on actually before coming here. I was actually sat in the wrong car park waiting.
Bit of,
watching the
bit of
video.
plagiarism there. That's an old thing coming my way.
But no, so not just that, it's the fact of, and then he come out and said what he was battling with and suffered as his wife suffered a miscarriage before his fight, etc. And then it opened up boxing.
Massively.
And like Tyson's one of them, he'll smash the person in promos, etc. And after the end of the fight, he's over there shaking her hand. Thanks for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. But that's shown boxing a different light. Because it used to be, well, classed as a thug sport, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, at times it has been, definitely.
You look back to Eubank and Ben. Now you've got Eubank and Junior. Do you know what I mean?
It was hatred. There was
it
pure
was
hatred there.
But you can show you haven't got that. You've got the respect for each other. But on the night, you're going to hate each other because you want to punch each other's heads off.
Nah, listen, do you know what? Anyone who knows, you can never hate Josh King. You can't. You can't. There's two things you can do. You can never hate him, and you can never get into, how can I put it? How would we put it, Josh? I can never get into, you've got to be very, very smart to get into like a slagging match with him.
Yeah.
You've got to be smart because he's too quick.
I'd say there's three things that you can never hate him, you should never get into an argument with him, you can never get into his underpants.
Yeah, and he has got a cracking set of pants on. I'm just going to put it out there. But no, like you said, it's going back through the generations, boxing, it's definitely evolved. And like you said, especially with the mental health aspect. Recently, Tyson Fury opened, let's say, he opened the gates as such, or shone a light on matters. But Ricky Hatton, that's one of my heroes. I think anyone in boxing, he was a massive hero for all young lads growing up. Any aspiring fighters. Shad, a multi-millionaire, on the outside, he had everything you could ever dream of. Yeah. Do you know, he was battling some serious demons. Took his own life at 47 years of age. And I was savage.
And that's I think something that you say, I can't say why in that, but it's the being away from the sport, isn't it? It's you spend your whole life doing that and dedicating yourself to that. And then 1 minute you're the best in the world, you're flying high, you've got something to train for constantly, and it's from that to I'm retired now. Yeah. And it's not like you're nobody now, but it's sort of like
do you know it's difficult, isn't it? It's your identity.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, if you say Damon Ware, it's boxing. If you say Josh King, it's boxing.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm really close to the end now, and it's been 29 years. It's like I said, it's been my life. So sort of like, what do we do afterwards?
Exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was a couple of gentlemen on last night, like local fighters, who's a lot older than me and Josh, and it's sort of like, they're still boxing, and it's almost like, when do you call it a day?
Yeah.
It's hard because you're so focused on that. What do you do after boxing?
No, exactly.
You can see why people do suffer afterwards, massively.
It's the mentality.
Yeah,
The mentality
yeah,
take
yeah.
into it. So just a question for both of you: how do you keep going? I mean, you're training for a fight, and you've got to stick to that regime, the training, the eating, the etc. How do you, mentality-wise, you've got to have a very thick mentality for that. But how do you stick to it?
Having a great dance partner like Josh King, in all honesty, because I had I spoke with Josh last night before he done his evening's work, and I said I was genuinely grateful to him because he's given me a focus again. And sometimes it's quite hard. You live that regimental lifestyle all the time, and so you can go off the boil a little bit, and you start slacking. That's when your performances start slacking, and it's sort of. I just think for me, as he said, knowing the better opponent you've got in front of you, you've got to live that. You've got to be on it with your food. You've got to be on it with your training. To just live a regimental lifestyle and live a clean lifestyle. Yeah, that's the only way for me, I suppose.
No, do you know what? That was I think the beauty with it is it's never universally black or white with any answer, with any given topic that we could discuss today. So Damon's hit the nail on the head there. If you've got a good opponent, somebody who's going to challenge you, you're always going to step up to the mark.
Definitely.
But there's times, I can't obviously vouch for you, but there's been times when I've had decent opponents that I've not put the effort in for. So it's not universally just about the opponent.
Luke Dyson, I had a massive. I can relate to that, Josh.
No, I mean, I've had many a times. But for me, what really keeps me going is I'm an egomaniac. I absolutely want people to look at me. I want them to look at these expensive £35 shorts I've got on. Truly. But then, again, going back to it, you could look at it, could be like a pie chart. So 1 minute in the back of my head, just say I'm sprinting, which I haven't done for this camp, by the way, so I don't know why I'm using sprints as an example. But I'm sprinting up Ford Hill. We're being hypothetical now. I've done one run, and do you know what? I did a mile and a half. It was on a treadmill. You'll like this. Mile and a half on a treadmill. I did it in 10:41.
Fair play.
At about 105 kilo when I had done it. And I was thinking to myself, rally would make me do it in 11:09.
Yeah.
So I thought, ideal, I'm as fit as a 21-year-old or whatever. And I carried on going. And I did the 5K in 23:05. And I've got the pictures on my phone to correlate.
That's
it was
a good
actually
effort.
there. I was really happy with that. It was under 8-minute miles for a 17-stone bloke.
Fair play.
And that there wasn't thinking about Damon or ego. That was thinking about people I hate.
Right, okay.
And so therefore there's enemies. Enemies, I think, is an aspect. I think, do you know what? Again, one of the ultimate things for me is I love the attention. Yeah. Like, truth be told, I think on the night, if I could just have the walkout with 12 weeks of people going, how are you going to get on with Damon? And I didn't have to fight the bloke because I actually really like it. I'm quite happy to go in, shake his hands and go home and go, oh yeah, good. People cheered for me. That was nice. If I could sing or dance, I would. So ego is obviously one of them. Having a good opponent is one of them. Like now I know Damon's going to give me an hard night. So consequently, I'm going to have to put in the effort. Else he's going to spark us out. If I can't keep my hands up come round 3 because I'm exhausted, he's going to punch me on the chin. I'm going to fall on my back. And then there's other aspects. But for me, I think it always goes back. When I do put the grueling effort in, is all those years of being frightened. As a youngster, when I was scared walking through Stonehouse, because I'd never had confrontation before. And I was scared. I lived in Union Street Flats, the ones above the Spar shop. In 2007, I was 12 or 13, and the word chav had first come in. I think David Cameron had introduced the terminology, council housed and violent. And there were 2 boys who understood.
I love him.
No. And again, I don't know whether you're
I never knew what that stood for.
And I use chav quite a lot. I say that I'm like a chav. And no, thank you for clearing that up for me.
No.
And then he brought in the fucking Costa carrier bags as well. Just to add that one.
Yeah, it was disgusting. That was tragic.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how good you lot's editing skills are, but I'll show you my photo with him later, shaking hands. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if I'm meant to be going on this.
No, you can't go on.
Do you know what? I come from Coombedean to go out Plymstock. I'd get the bus into the town centre. I'd get the bus from the town centre back to the flats. And there was 2 doors going up either side, and it was prolifically used by like downing out people. And I was 13 years old. I'm quite embarrassed of it. And I used to wait in the flats prior with my mate, who's a year older than me and a bit braver. Jake Turfrey he's called, a good friend of mine, rugby player. And I used to wait from about 4 o'clock until 5:30 when my dad would come home for him to like pick me up from my mate's house to walk me up 2 flights of stairs, just so I didn't have to bump in. So now what really drives me when the times get tough is I think, if I can come in here, Friday night I did 8 hard rounds of Lloyd Rowe. And we knocked the hell out of each other for what it's worth. We basically had a fight in 16-ounce gloves. Who on earth can scare me in that street now?
Exactly.
Who on earth can scare me? If I walk out of here now and somebody says, come on, Alf, you're going to break your hands on my head before my head gives in. Your hands are going to give in well before my head. In real life, I'd hope. Like, you know, if they put a pair of boxing gloves on, I think, oh no, your hands are cushioned now. So that's what drives me sometimes. It's ego, a good opponent, my enemies, and just knowing that I feel confident in real life.
And I will say, right, that like I've had one boxing match in my life. It was in the Navy. It was an amateur boxing match. And you shit your pants going into that ring, don't you? That ring walk, and I was like, your heart's in your mouth. There's no, you don't know what's going on around you, and it's like, I don't know, like, does that get easier, like, or is it every fight you're like?
What's your answer?
Do you know what? Listen, this is me now, and I spoke to someone about this last night. I'm going to be completely honest. I miss that feeling. Because when that feeling goes, when you stop being, listen, there's always going to be nerves. Nerves are a good thing, and I think Josh will agree with me. Obviously, nerves are a good thing. But I think the more you get into it, and it all depends on the night, and like you said, a lot of it, is your opponent. You know, if you've got someone down here who's just going to fucking, you know, who's just down here to take a dive, it's not really going to do anything for you. Do you know what I mean? If you're going in against a good opponent. But sorry, going back to it, I think the more fights you have and the longer you've been around it, it definitely goes. I miss those, like the early days, like an 11, 12-year-old lad traveling all around the country, like boxing, like really good standard lads. I miss that, the adrenaline, it's but it definitely gets easier.
And that sort of basically says about what you said about overcoming that fear then. If you can overcome that, then like you say, you can overcome...
Oh no, I've got an entirely different answer to that. I'll tell you what, I'm like a set of your balls there. Truthfully. No, honestly, God, I'll tell you what, the day is mine. On the day it is mine. I put my suit on, I'll go out, I'll meet and greet. I am the celebrity of the day. Like, whether it's my first white collar fight or... Do you know what? I remember like the first 10, 15, 20, and I'd go out, I'd put a suit on. I'd get up at like 8 in the morning. I'd have the same status every time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is fight day. And clear 100 likes on Facebook. It'd be amazing. Suit on. An hour later, about 9 o'clock, I'd go, ladies and gentlemen, I am making my way to the venue. The venue was Oceana's or Prism or whatever it's called. I'd be there from about 9 o'clock in a suit. And I'd be going out, I'd be shaking. I don't even know last night at the show, I didn't even know half the people I was talking to, but I loved it. They're going, you and Damon next. You're appearing on that really good podcast, The Clean Sheet, tomorrow. I said, fantastic podcast. And it's all for me. It's entirely for me, and the day is mine. And then, again, you reckons it goes. I've got a couple of points to make with it. You edit them out, cut them in, do whatever you've got to do. But these are 3 things for me. Is obviously you're older than God, so you're better.
Thanks, Josh.
I was going to help you with your Zimmer framing.
Thanks, mate. I'll use the pram instead.
Right? And firstly, before social media, so you would just have a name, wouldn't you? It'd be like Damon Ware versus
just or a medical card, something like that.
Archie John or something. And there's no social media. So if you were 79 kilo on the day, you'd go into the room or the venue, and the venue would start filling up. One of my many talents, and I think this was a fairground or an exhibit at Disneyland in 2003 in America, you'd go up to the person and he could weigh you accurately and tell you your height. And I remember when he did it to me, I was 9 years old, so obviously I probably wasn't that cognitively intelligent. But I remembered thinking that maybe where he stood you, it was like a scale on the floor. So you're 83 kilo. I could pinpoint anyone's weight.
Yeah.
That is honest to God. I know
Just by looking at them.
Just by looking at them, because I used to look at them and go, because I was always a bit top heavy and tubby. I've got tremendous legs if the camera can see these.
It can, yeah, you're fine.
Thank goodness for that. That's why I had a sunbed earlier. So for me, that obviously shows you your fear as such, because I'd be like, right, which one's 92? And they'd walk in, they'd be about 6'4". But no, going back to how you feel, you know, I digressed a bit there. I apologise. I apologise to our viewers on the clean sheet. Up to about an hour before, the day is class, and I love it, and it is amazing. And then it's 7 o'clock, and you know you're due on at 8. You know, I might wrap my hands, put my shorts on, start hitting it, and then we're about half an hour to go. I become really ratty. So like, also as well, when you're as famous as me and Damon, and you're the headline act, you're normally the later one. So the changing room will always start. I'll now take you to the Continental Hotel changing room.
Oh,
It starts off stoic and serious. Bout number 1, class. Bout number 2, class. Bout number 3. But then they start letting idiot fans in. And then you've got like pissed off idiots in there getting in your way. You've got people like screaming at each other. And I don't mind that. You know, bout 3, 4, I don't care if you're interrupting bout 5, 6 and 7's warm up. But then come bout 11, the last bout of the night, and I've got morons in there. I'm like that. And I'm getting ratty. I'm like, but I'm too polite to say, why don't you just fuck off, innit? And get out there.
He's hit the nail on the head there. He really has.
Is that like fans of the fighters that have been on already? Or just...
It can be anyone.
Security
it can be our fans, it can be their fans. Nah, I'll make it right on that.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know about you, I'm getting ratty. So then with 20 minutes to go, this is for every bout. It's never, ever, ever not happened. I'll look at Bradley as my mentor and coach and, you know, father figure. I just winked at the camera then. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, honestly. I certainly wouldn't want him on my birth certificate. This is the God's honest truth, and this will happen on April the 18th. The day I'll love it. And about 25 minutes before, I'll go, Brad, can I beat him? What if he hits like Deontay Wilder?
We got the same initials. DW. DW. Got to be an old one.
Luckily enough, I don't have to ask that question because I've seen you punch. But when it's been like opponents that I don't know, for argument's sake, what I always used to do, and this is back in the Oceania days more so, because I always found the Oceania ones had more atmosphere.
Really good atmospheres.
It felt like there was Nido in there, because they'd have some folks on the bill. And if I didn't know the opponent, you know, just say it was John Smith from Exeter, and I'd never seen him, or not much footage on YouTube, what I always used to do to alleviate that bit of fear is I'd sneak along that balcony and I'd pop my head in his changing room and I'd watch him at the pads. And then I'd think, well, he's not Deontay Wilder, so I'm all right. Get in. I'd shit myself on the ring walk. I still shit myself on the ring walk. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it, but I think, no, this is what, it's like if you train rugby. I'm scared to play rugby. But surely that's what you train on the Tuesday and the Thursday night for, is your Sunday game. This is what I'm really putting the effort in for. And I'll do the ring walk and I'm scared. And I'll get in the ring. And sometimes, I remember once, my first ever bout, Timothy Asanov in Exeter. He is a Polish bloke on Fahim show. First time I ever got paid. So I got 150 quid. I couldn't believe it. He gave me it after as well. What's this for?
You won't get that from
Worst mistake. Bradley still owes me from the past 20 bouts. And ironically, I just had to borrow £3 to get some chicken from Plymouth Fried Chicken. I've stared him out. And it was the only time in my career it had worked. He'd like mentally broke, he like looked away, and then I had like quite an easy night. And with that, for the next 5, I tried staring them all out. And do you know what I mean? They were probably thinking, well, you're just a big fat 19-year-old. Like, why am I going to look away? Like, So then from then on out, I stopped doing it. So the final point of the tale, sorry for dragging it on a bit, but you know, I've got to carry the show, I guess, is my actual confidence comes when the first punch is thrown. Because then that is when you know what is true. That is when you know what is true, don't you?
That's it. When that bell goes, he's hit the nail on the head there. When that bell goes, everything's out the window.
Yeah.
The build-ups, you know, Josh, you know when that bell goes and the first punch is through from either or either, that's when it's all gone.
I think the first one you take as well, you realise that you,
unless
they do knock you out, like, you're not made. I mean, I think that's more when you get into boxing, and you take that first punch on the chin, and you realise you're not made of glass.
100%.
And then you,
yeah, you know.
Taking it back to the fear of the war, is that the fact of, like you said, you love the fact of shaking hands before the bout, etc. If all the people there to watch it, and you're thinking, have you ever either had that fear of letting them down?
Every fight.
Do you know what I mean? The fact that they paid their money to come and watch you.
So is it are you more worried about, and like, so this is what I was thinking, like I'm thinking more about letting the fans that are paid for to come and watch you, or more is it about, and like you said, ego of, to be fair, this one doesn't feel like whoever loses is going to be embarrassed because it feels like you've both taken on a fight that's quite significant for you. So nobody's going to look at you and go, oh, you lost to Josh King, you're pathetic, or likewise you. So, but is there that fear of when you lose a fight of dented pride, saving, do you know what I mean?
Listen, do you know what? I think to have a fighter's mentality, you don't want to accept losing. You don't want to lose. No. Do you know what I mean? I think it's embedded in you. You don't want to lose. But I can only speak for myself, not Joshy, and say, do you know what? I'm not going to say I don't fight for myself, I do, but for me, it's like I said, my path has been very checkered. Yeah. So it's sort of like, I just want to show, and this ain't no fucking sob story, this is me saying, like, I just want to show my kids, and especially my sons, that there is another way. Like, reality is, I should have called it a day 10, 15 years ago. Right. I just want to show them that if you do keep going, there is, and if you're passionate and you love something, but listen, do you know what, like I said, and I'm going to be completely honest here now, and I'll look Josh in the eyes when I say this, if I lose to him, I've lost to the better man. Yeah. All right, and that is it. Like on the night, we're going to both give 100%. Yeah. No ifs or buts about it. And do you know what? It's going to be a great night. Yeah. And it is. It's not. Like I said, we could have both probably quite easily gone and had another 10, 15 fights. Like, won a few more belts, and lovely, and celebrate and enjoy it. Yeah. But reality is, I've got a real fighter there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be great to show. As I said, there's no secret. I've been a fan of Josh's quite a lot. I've actually found some photos on my phone the other day from one of your fights up in Exeter when I was in the changing room and he's got his belt, and I was all like, oh, look, he's got a belt. Like, it's crazy. So that we're actually fighting each other. Yeah, it's.
Can I have a photo with you, please, Josh?
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Can I have a photo with you?
I didn't get that one. Definitely not. But it's. Do you know what? It's.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's a sport, but what pisses me off about the sport, not about the sport, sorry, is when Joshua's fighting someone, it's on at 2 a.m, Walkabout's got it on, and everyone turns into a fucking boxer after. Or they turn into an expert.
You should have done this, you should have done that.
So for example, like, how does that affect you, say, social media-wise? You just had a fight, you may have lost, and someone would critique it. You look at him, and he's got like a fucking anime profile picture, and it's like, I'm not going to take anything off you because you're not even...
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah. What? How do you deal with it, social media-wise? We talk about it on most podcasts.
I've got a feeling, and you might have to deal with this more sometimes because you're more, like, obviously I know you are, but I've seen a lot more of Josh on social media because of that.
He's brilliant. Yeah. Do you know what? You cannot, like I said to you early on, you cannot get into an argument with this man because...
It feels like when you're go a bit under the radar a bit and you just sort of, you promote your fight, whatever, but if you lose, it is what it is. Where do you ever get the thing where you've give it so much bluster that when you do lose, how does that feel when people come back at you then?
Do you know what? I think that is a great question. Genuinely, it's
that's a good one. Do you know what? That's a good one. That is. Because I'm interested. I'm really intrigued with the answer on this. Like,
I think that's a great question. I've got a great answer. No, I've got a great answer. I'm almost lost for words.
No way.
Yeah, would you believe?
This is a first.
No. I think my point is, and I'll tell you what, I don't even care about saying this because I ain't going to sell any tickets. I'm hoping you're going to carry this show. I've had a few people say, oh, you got I'll do about 4 by the time it comes there. One of them I'll probably have to pay for because they'll be my missus, so I would have done about 3. I think the fans are fucking thick. Yeah. And what I mean is, anybody I watched the Six Nations last week. I got no right to comment on what's going on. My opinion when I was watching it, I thought England had given away far too many penalties. Yeah. And I thought that since 2007. Again, England's the only team I watch, but I'm thinking, why are you putting your hands in the ruck?
Yeah.
But surely, no, I meant like, you know, when you're not allowed to or whatever. Again, I don't know the rules, by the way, for the benefit of the rugby fans watching this, you know, the Clean Sheet podcast. All right, I'll tell you what, actually, let me take you on an example. I'm going to give you a controversial one now. You know, if you've got knowledge, so just say I lose to Damon.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows Damon knows he's actually good.
But but just before you start it, because this fight now, because there's been quite a friendly sort of build up to it. There hasn't. I know you've made a few jokes about each other, but you're not going to have to go if he beats you. You're not going to have anybody going. You've given it the big un. You've lost. You've embarrassed yourself. What I'm saying is, in the past, have you ever basically given it so much
Loads of times,
and you've lost? And how do you cope with that?
Tons of times. Do you know what? I think it's irrelevant.
No, yeah.
I think no. No, it absolutely doesn't, because I don't care about their opinion, and I don't mean that in a blasé all of a sudden. I once boxed Brian Doughty twice. He chinned me twice.
Yeah.
Southpaw.
Good lad, Brian.
Very good
very
lad.
tough lad.
Yeah.
Very tough
You
lad.
fought him or?
No, definitely not. Try to avoid that one like a plague. No, listen, very tough lad.
And me. And do you know what? Again, I follow this. Truth be told, every single thing I've said about Damon, regardless of what result happens on April the 18th, just say I'm now boxing on July the 20th of this year, I want to regurgitate everything I've said.
Yeah.
Everything's a copy and paste job. People are thick that they don't recognise what I've been doing there. Morons. It's the God's honest truth. I'll copy the same. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to put something on saying that Damon said he's going to smash me, but what he isn't going to smash is my heart. What he can't do is, or whatever it is, I say, I'm going to copy the thing from Rocky 1, where he sat there, Adrian's cuddling his hair, and he goes, maybe I can't beat Damon. Maybe the only thing I could do is take everything he's given to me, but if I get through it. So my point is when I have been away, and I've said these things about Brian Doughty or Mike Ray, God rest his soul, their fans do bite.
Yeah.
And they do bite, and they get wound up. I remember Newton Abbott Racecourse; it was terrifying. In fact, the security woman,
your blood down there, Josh,
the security woman texted me the night before saying, "Just so you know, I put an extra 6 door staff on for my benefit." I said, "Love that, at 18 quid an hour, I'm costing you £600 more. So tell them not to have me on the bill." And then Mike Ray had beat me. I don't think he had done on the first one, but I'd have all the crowd giving it to me.
Yeah.
But it's so irrelevant. Because I'll never see these people again. Whereas really, I would be more upset if just say Damon was my cornerman for argument's sake, or Bradley. He said, "You let yourself down there." You didn't. Really, that would mean more to me, coming from somebody
who knows the sport,
or is a friend of mine, or whose opinion.
It's got relevance, isn't it? It has.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like, do you remember that time we watched about 26th of August 2023? I'm not going to name names in case it's controversial.
Life Centre.
I might. Life Centre, first bout. A bloke comes out. He fights a lad called Josh Latimer. He boxed last night. Josh Latimer's had 50 fights in Plymouth, lost all 50. He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman.
Fair play to him, though.
Mate, do you know what? It's an hard way to make a living.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
And he's come out. He's had a 48-man entourage. And he comes in and he puts this lad over with like 30 seconds in the first round. And mate, he's been tickled. He's been tickled in the belly. I watched it with you and Fahim Khan.
We were stood there.
All three of us were stood there.
Yes,
in fact, that's the reason that my bicep come out, because of this bout.
It was that evening.
Because I watched it.
I know exactly what he's on about. And do you know what? I know exactly what we said. It's fucking awful.
He put him over in 30 seconds. This lad beats the counter for the first one. Keeps his hands nice and high, just so we can't get clouted in the head.
Yeah.
And he barked at him, didn't he? Like he was Russell Crowe in Gladiator. Like he was Maximus. He's like, "Get up!" like that. You think that's embarrassing?
Yeah, it's no need.
And then he gets up, crack, crack, crack. He puts him down again. The entire crowd have went wild, like they're watching the fourth coming of Ernie Shavers. They are unbelievable. This bloke here is a god in the ring.
This is it,
But
man.
3 people with a brain. Fahim Khan, professional boxer. Damon Ware, ex-England, amateur, and 75 bouter. I've had... What the fuck was that? That is embarrassing. So...
It was bad.
If that was my bout, and Damon Ware, Fahim Khan, and the bloke who was the boxer, it all come up to me and said after that was him. The 200 people telling me I'm the hardest fucking man in England means fuck all to me.
No,
I'd be, in my
100%.
head, I'd be thinking, well, you lot are fucking backwards yourself, you fucking morons. Cheers for buying the ticket. Cheers for my new car. Easy. That's
So
the
it
point.
owes a lot more weight than people around you in the...
Yeah.
Definitely. You listen to, it's like every aspect in life. Boxing is, you listen to good people. People who know what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? There's everyone that you were saying earlier, everyone becomes a boxing pundit.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I still learn things on this game nearly 30 years later. Do you know what I mean? Boxing styles change, the amateur setups change. But no matter what never changes on the night is everyone's a boxing expert. Like, look, listen, do you know what? Without the fans and without people buying tickets and coming to these shows, which we are very grateful for, we've got a great following. But on the other hand, it's like some of them just need to rein it in a little bit. It does get painful.
Yeah.
Knock him out, you should have done this, you should have. If you fight like that against Josh King, God.
Yeah, I know who that was.
Oh, no comment.
Yeah.
But listen, like I said, when I said to you earlier, it's like almost like a city divided, do you know what I mean? Everyone's got an opinion on it, which makes a great fight. Yeah. So it's...
Is there a clear favourite?
My honest opinion?
Yeah.
No.
No, so it is quite, everyone's...
Honestly? Listen, I could sit here all day long and say I'm going to win. Do you know what? Whoever turns up on the night, this is my opinion and my opinion only. This is the biggest 50-50 fight I've ever had. So I'm not going to say, I'm certainly not going to disrespect Josh. I know he's someone I think a lot of, and I think he's freaking brilliant. But, like I said, we're both turning up to win. My opinion, I don't think there's a clear favourite. The clear favourites are ones who've got a ticket for the night. So,
and I think that's probably, like you say, that's what sells tickets, isn't it? When you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, no, listen, do you know, that's me being honest. That's me being genuine. Like 9 times out of 10, and I think Josh will agree with me on this, we kind of know who's favoured on the fights. Do you know what I mean? You can almost, like...
Last night you could have done it.
Yeah, all day long. We could have said who was winning the fights before.
So, do you get that a lot then? So obviously you go into a fight and you know, I'm going to beat this guy. Or do you get one and going... Do you ever have that feeling? I know you got to believe in yourself, but have you ever had many fights like that where you've gone in and you thought, I'm going to give it my best shot, but this guy's too good for me? Is that happen a lot?
Depends. Do you know what? Going back to it, depends what frame of mind you're in. Your personal circumstances, what's going on outside of the ring. Because the biggest fight I think we can all relate to, and this ain't just boxing, is life outside of the ring. You know, it depends on a lot of things. Like I said earlier, and going back to it, boxing's a lifestyle. But also, still got to remember, it is a hobby. And real life outside of the ring, it's fucking tough for everyone, do you know what I mean? That goes for men, that goes for women. I think real life itself is tough. So it all depends on the circumstances. My personal opinion, I've had fights where, no different to Josh, where we got a lot going on in the background and it's sort of like, shouldn't really be taking those fights, you know what I mean? Some of the fighters we've gone in against are dangerous. Like, they ain't no pitter-patter punchers. But it's almost like we're too proud and we're too egotistic to turn it down. You know what I mean, it's hard. Sometimes you've got to be protected by yourself or from yourself, sorry. It's, but it's, like I said, it's life's tough, isn't it? It is.
Have you ever, either of you both been involved in a fight where, like you said, Ben said you're going to win, and you've gone into it, like for example, we play football, you can turn up on a Sunday morning knowing you're going to turn them over. So you've gone in with the wrong mindset, and then you found yourself fucking, you're drawing at half time, and you got to bring it out the bag to then.
Now, do you know what? 100%. Going back to that first question, I'm still on view of the camera. I'm getting into this now. I think, again, I could fucking go on for days and days. So tell me if you need to cut me short. You're going to love this one. You've absolutely hit the nail on the head with what you said with regards to people aren't fake. So in a hypothetical world,
all the fans are fake.
90%. No.
Trying to get those fans back now, ain't
Yeah, fuck her. Buy your ticket. Listen, to the people that have been asking me for tickets, I ain't dropping them. Get them off Damon, all right? He's a Edinburgh, he drives a nice car. My thing doesn't work. You were driving it and it's nice. You know, if Arsenal were to play Argo, and we were watching it, I would say to you, Arsenal are going to win. And 95 times out of 100, they're going to win. Argo might 99 times out of 100, they're going to win. Or if Liverpool played Argo, or
of course.
So therefore, if you know both athletes, as a general rule of thumb, you can know who's going to win, or you can give a favour. Today, Arsenal Man City is probably a 50-50. You know, I'll check BBC Sport in a minute. It'll probably be 6-0 to Man City, and I'm going home and I'm going to whack someone. And my mental health won't be good at all because I need this result. I'm a gooner. You're a gooner.
No, mate, no.
Yeah.
We'll just cut all your bits out.
Yeah. So what my point is, getting back to it, is, you know, if you've got a 50-50,
Yeah.
you know, if it's 60-40, and sometimes if you've got a big set of cojones between your legs, which I have got, not physically, I meant metaphorically, sometimes I'll take a bout where it's fucking 95-5.
Yeah.
And do you know what? They're the ones that raise your stock more than
100%.
anything. I would rather have 50, my next 50. Truth be told, I'd be gutted if I won on points on the fucking 18th and it's shit. I'd rather he knocked the fuck out of me for 5 rounds, broke my jaw, split both eyes open, there's blood pouring down my tits. He's sat me on my ass 4 times properly, and I've you can hear it fucking fuck me in the liver, and you can see a bit of shit come out my pants. And therefore, to get up 5 times in a row, see the end of the bell, and they go, I tell you what, he's got a set of balls. So my point is, I've had it a few times where I've done the gallows walk. Lewis Everson, I knew I was going in there to have fuck knocked out of me. Yeah. Courtney Richards, God rest his soul, I knew he was going to knock fuck out of me. And the one that absolutely raised my stock, and this is before I had the knowledge, when I was a thick fight fan like half of them, I fought a bloke and it was almost attempted murder. Truly, honest to God, this is what put me in folklore. This might have been how anybody who knows who I am would know who I am. This is the only one I ever had to do. I could have retired then. I had 2 fights. One in Thailand against some bloke called Chang Malang. That was fake. He was a taxi driver. By the time I've got my foot to his head, he'd fallen over. The breeze had knocked him out. I didn't know that. It's on YouTube. Sometimes I've told people, they watch me and they think I've kicked him in the head like I'm Jackie Chan. By the time I've got my foot up to his head, it was probably going at about that speed. And mate, he's out cold. But I didn't know at the time. So I do star jumps in the corner. That was my celebration, was star jumps. Bout number 2. To this day, April the 5th, 2014, my first ever boxing match, New Continental Hotel, I boxed a fella called Wayne Bird. Paul Chewin was in the corner along with Bradley. I don't know if it was Rio. 12 years on, I don't know whether Brad had said to the bloke, look, he's an 18-year-old kid, don't throw any punches back at him, or if this bloke has given me everything. Because that's how it can work sometimes. I don't know whether, I'm not meant to say that on camera or something, but, so I didn't know if it was real, but I fought to a draw against his bloke. I had thought I'd won, actually. That's the God's honest truth. And I've always given, like, if I've ever lost, I'll tell you I've lost, or I thought I had lost. So then, my third and final fight, the gallows walk. Sorry for going on, but I've got so much to fucking tell you. I love it. This is right up my street. I want to be on every episode. I'm sat in the Continental Hotel sauna. I'm sat there. I'm now 1 win in Thai boxing, 1 draw in boxing. I'm a martial artist as well at this point.
I know this one. I know where you're going with this one now.
2 gentlemen walk in. Luke Glory, owner and proprietor of Bon Santé,
Yes,
a very lovely place.
Yeah, big up Luke.
And Sean Palmer.
Big up Bear.
Big up Bear, big up Luke. They walked in, they said, how would you like to take part? You're a good martial artist, aren't you? Yes, I am. How would you like to take part in a David and Goliath match?
In an MMA fight.
In an MMA fight. I went, yes, please. I would love that. Well, as I've said, and also to this day, until April the 18th, it's my biggest ever paycheck. My biggest ever paycheck. 400 quid I got for it. And I remember after the wages and my headache, I'll get to that point now, the headache, I went and bought an Xbox One from CEX. It was the best for 3 minutes of my life. Or
Right, get your money out for this one, mate.
However long I survived for. Because I was 19 years old. I had no bill. I went and CEX, Xbox One. I think I got the new Halo. Big lump on my head, black eye. So I'll do that again tomorrow. I fought a bloke, a gentleman called Bobby Shahandapour.
Yes, Bobak. Big up Bobak.
Yeah.
When you're there tonight, Google him. Lovely bloke, proper gentleman, world-class businessman. He owns a nice tanning shop. I said, yes, please, because I thought I was going to be Goliath. I thought I was fighting the cunt with the stick and the stone. I thought I was fighting a fucking child with no arms. So I'm like, yeah, for 400 quid, I'll do that, mate. Don't you? I don't mind kicking a child. Later that night, they put the picture up, the correlated picture. So it's me with my big fat fucking muffin top. I've always had this, no matter how skinny I am. And then there's this bloke, he was about 120 kilos.
And he was like that.
Solid muscle, wasn't he? Big
He was a big
tattoo,
old boy.
Iranian.
Well, did they call him the Iranian Brock Lesnar?
The Iranian Brock Lesnar,
I think that was someone said that. Actually.
Yeah, no, he was a beast. He was a beast.
And it was May the 4th. I think I took it on like April the 19th. I was 18 when I took it. I then turned 19 3 days later. I was 19. I was a kid. I was a kid when I fought this man. But I said, I'm going to do it. And if I ever tell anyone I'm going to have a fight, no matter how scared I am, to prove I'm not scared, because I'm scared of everything. So therefore, to prove I'm not frightened, I will turn up. I will turn up for Lewis. I will turn up for Courtney. Brock Lesnar could come in here now, and if he said, oh, you ain't got the minerals to fight me. If there's a referee in here, or there's no law to be in trouble with, I'll have a crack. Like, if I know he ain't going to stamp on my head after, do you know what I mean? Like, what's Brock Lesnar going to do? He's going to spark me out, and that's it. So, Boback. And for 12 days, I'd slagged him off. I was calling him Kodak.
That don't sound like you.
I was calling him Kodak. I was plagiarising my poems, which are the same ones I've been using on you 12 years later.
Thank you, mate.
And I just swapped the name, and I tried to figure something that rhymes with Damon, like Amon. I was like, game on. Game on, Damon. And I've come out of my Oceanas, May the 4th, Star Wars Day. I've had a photo with the Ringos. Got my pink Thai boxing shorts on, my guts is hanging over the top. I come out to I Want to Break Free and a vacuum cleaner in Oceanas. I want to break free. Gets in the ring. Boback then comes out to like an Iranian death song. I remember he had a bad leg. I think he had a motorbike accident in his younger year. I didn't know the bloke tremendously well. So I've kicked him in the leg. I don't know if any of you ever went to Prism or Oceanas to watch. Well, the ring was about the size of a matchbox. So I've kicked him in the leg. I've angled off like a real good martial artist. I'm already in the corner. But all right, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to slam you on your head, mate. I'm shot in for the takedown. As I've hit into him, hell of a great shot. I competed in the European Championships for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. My wrestling is excellent. I didn't realise what a real fight was. Right. So technique will only get you so far. There's just being a bit aggressive. I've hit him, he hasn't moved. He's pulled me down, he's chinned us for 2 minutes. Ding, 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 bell goes, thank Christ for that. He goes back to his corner. He's saying to his corner man, I can't go back out there, I'm exhausted. Because obviously he's carrying a lot of muscle.
He said that?
He said that to his corner. It's what I'd heard a few years down the line. He said, I didn't hit him once. I kicked him in the leg once. He wasn't like, he was just so fatigued that he was. His corner man had said to him, you can't effing lose to Josh King. You can't have the towel thrown in out. You get out there and go. And this is my final recollection of that before obviously everything went black and faded or whatnot. We've all seen the film 300 with the Spartan, the King Leonidas. Do you remember the scene when King Leonidas throws his spear at Xerxes? It's like his Hail Mary attempt. And it just splits his lip. And you think if it was just an inch to the left, you'd have killed him and, I don't know, Sparta would have been free or whatever the synopsis was. I thought, I'll tell you what, you're having the Thailand head kick. That famous Thailand head kick that sparked people out. So he beckons him in. Right, here we go. I fake slow. It comes up high. He's missed him by about that much. But where my right foot's obviously went around, whoosh, I'm facing that way now, and he's behind me. He's picked us up, slammed us on his head, and chinned us. No idea what the question was, but my point is
that was a tough one.
There has always been times when we've known how we'll get on.
You didn't stray from the question, because the question was, have you ever gone into a fight knowing you're going to lose? And
those three.
I just want to touch something quickly on Lewis. So I went to school with Lewis. And he was...
How old are you?
30.
Jesus Christ.
7.
You're 30?
Yeah, I had 4 days of paper round.
With square tyres. You're younger than me.
Don't look at you.
No, that's fine.
He's just trying to sell the next fight.
That's fine. I'll start the sunbed.
Hey, it takes it off me from there. Nice one.
All right, Grandad.
I didn't sign up for this. But anyway. No, so he was like... Because we had like a boxing clubbing. No, it wasn't. It was like, right, GCSEPA, you're going down to Scott Dan's gym in Mutley for a couple of sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Lewis fell in love with it, and then from that, boom. But he was only one out of the group.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously he's been he's been boxing and he stopped, boxing and stopped.
Yeah.
So what's different? Like, obviously, there's different styles, whatever.
What do you mean?
With Lewis, for example, you said you're going in to lose to Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he just, he's good, isn't he?
No,
Yeah, he's very good.
Very, very good.
Do you know what that therefore is? Because funnily enough, and I don't think Lewis will mind me saying this, I'm friends with him. I had first met Lewis at about 18, 19. He's about a year younger than me. Yeah, if you're 30, I'm 30. Yeah. So therefore that makes sense. I'd met him at the original Doghouse, not the one that you were stuck outside of it ago. 7 Doghouses ago.
I was going to say, which one?
I got lost before when I was coming down to the video.
Sure, I'll still get lost now. But that's just when I don't want to turn up. The second-hand city one, I'd met Lewis, and he was a bit rotund at the time. He was friends with Ashley White, or he's still friends with Ashley White, and he's turned up. And yeah, I remember him being like quite chunky. And then all of a sudden he got good. And do you know what the God's honest truth is? He's disciplined. He works harder, he trains harder. That there is the difference between me and him from when we were both 18 at the same time. I was 19, he was 18. He would train 6 times a week and run 4 times a week. I would train 3 times a week and run no times a week.
So it's the prep for the fight, because he knew he had that fight coming up. His prep was going to be better.
His prep was better. But even now, credit to his scaffolding company, so he works hard.
Yeah,
Lewis
they're doing a great job. Lewis and Lewis, so both of them are doing amazing.
He works 7 days a
He's
week.
back in the gym though, isn't he? I see he's training again.
Yeah, I think so. By the looks of it, yeah.
I've seen a video.
So massive big up to them both. Yeah, both really good lads.
And do you know what? I remember going into that knowing he was going to tune me because I'd slagged him right off. I was right giving it to him. I did the Damon Ware odds on one. Yeah. Lewis is 6 to 1. So if you put a grand on him, you know what that means? You lose a grand. But the thing is, the beauty of Lewis is he actually was wound up. Because I remember once I was walking down Newport Street's Princess Yachts, and this is before I had a job. I was a bum. And I've always been a bum pretty much. And me and Bradley, you know, every other fucker's in Princess Yacht midday, piping up weather, about to go back into the factory to work. We both got our kayaks. We were walking into Devil's Point, and somebody goes, "How are you going to get on against Lewis?" I said, "Oh, he's a fucking bum, isn't he? I'm going to chin him." And he put it on Facebook later, don't he? I'm going to smash the teeth down the back of your throat. But you know when they actually mean what they're saying? So as I'm sat at home, I'm shaking. I'm in my bedroom going, "Oh, no, I pissed him right off." And my final recollection of that night, going back to the gallows walk, is he was in the ring first. And I've come out to I Would Do Anything for Love by Meatloaf. Nice. I might come out to that one again. I don't know. Now that you know, I fucked that night.
Keep us a surprise.
And my honest to God recollection is I'm there right now. I am there on that date, 26th of August, 2018. He was pacing that ring, and he had the angriest face in the world. But it wasn't an act.
No.
Like I could do on April the 18th, for just so I was in there first. I could go. He knows that that's not real because I've never been angry in my fucking life. He was mad. He was angry. And do you know what? He fucking chinned me for 6 rounds. It was class. I remember, do you know what? 74 bouts in, I've never been put over by 1 bout. And it was that bout. 6-round fight. First 3 rounds, and loads of people come to me after and go, "Oh, you took them shots." I'll never know because he chinned me, and it was class. I had 2 black eyes. But for the first 3 rounds, the fucking idiot was hitting me around the side of the body. I'm giving Damon tips now. All right, you bear this in mind if you want. If I could knock that the right hand you landed on, mate, you back along would fucking do much good. But it was a straight right, wasn't it? I didn't like the straights because round the side of the body, I can fucking take that all day. Like, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm thinking, you fucking fit cunt. What are you doing here? You ain't fucking getting me down there. Round 4, he mixes it up, don't he? Right hand, right in the thing. Nobody in white collar boxing throws that because they're all fucking thick.
It's savage.
Bang.
It is.
Right in the
It
sternum.
just takes everything away from you.
And a couple more of them. I finally hit the deck for the first time in my life. And that was about 50, for argument's sake. And how cathartic was that though? Because I thought, oh, thank fuck for that. That means I can finally start going down. It's never happened ever since. But bout 4, he's put us over with the thing to the body. So then maybe another time in round 4, I think he's put us down in round 5, put us down in round 5 again. So that's 4 times I've been down. We get through to round 6. I got fucking 2 black eyes at this point. I got a bit of fucking blood trickling out of one of the nostrils. I don't know which one. I'll find the photo later. Bit of blood on the inside of my mouth. I got some photos of the bout, and there's bits you can see as he lands one uppercut right on my big fat nose, but on his face he's angry. Like normally, if I punch him, I'll be like that.
So he had like the opposite effect. Rather than getting in his head, you just made him angry.
I made him angry, which made his punches harder.
It don't feel like, to me, like all the stuff you give, like, to me, it doesn't feel like you're actually trying to get in their head. What it feels like to me is, to you, it's all just part of the experience, the build up, and you just fucking having a whale of a time. That's what it feels like. Not even to sell tickets. You just fucking love the build up, the banter, rather than you're not going, oh, I'm going to get in his head, I'm going to do it psychologically. I don't feel like you're doing that. It feels like you just happy that it's about you and that it's all part of it.
It's 100% for attention. And I think the thing is if I don't want to say this now because he'll fucking fill me in again. Round 6, he's put me over for the 6th time. 6th time of my career going down. And Bear's finally come up and stopped it. And you know, you do that thing. You know, like when you watch football, I've never played football in my life. But if I went onto a pitch now and you subbed me on, the first thing I'd do is I'd go, and I'd blow a kiss. I don't know anyone who's died. I'd be blowing a kiss to the heavens. Or if you booked me, or if I got tackled, I'm a ref. Like, or if I started playing tennis, I'd be chucking the ball up in the air before. I don't know why they're fucking doing that. You know what I mean? Or if I played golf, I'd pick up the thing. The wind means fuck all to me. I'm just lucky if I bat the ball. So as Bear stopped the bout, I've got up and I'm like pushing him. Like, what have you stopped that for? And as I pushed him, I've whispered in his ear, I was like, you could have fucking stopped that 3 knockdowns ago, you fucking idiot. So back to the question. I don't do it to get a nerd. No, I do it for attention. I crave it. I love it. I'm going to put something silly up tonight. I'm praying you put this up tonight. Probably not without fucking long
it'll take a few days for me to edit in that, but yeah.
And but what I'm hoping for is fucking I get a bit of attention. I get some Facebook likes, which is sad, really. And I think if you let it get to your house, don't tell me like there's a few that Ed's got in there. Then you're fucking thick.
Yeah.
Because again, I have never in my entire career said anything spiteful about people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there's no distinguishing features about you, but just say you only had fucking one eye for argument's sake. You know, I wouldn't be going, you fucking one-eyed cunt. Because that's nasty. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to compliment his fucking lovely smile, because that there isn't like anything fucking... But no, do you know what I mean? Like, whereas some people have said about me, they go, you could fucking eat an apple through a tennis racket. That's actually quite spiteful. Or you got fucking baggy fucking eyes.
Do you know what? Listen, there's thin lawns in it. There's sort of like, they're selling a fight. There's fucking doing the social media back and forth. And then there's being personal. And I think when you start taking it too personal, in my opinion, you've already lost it.
I think
the family,
listen, do you know what? Listen, Josh is, so he's a family man. He's got his children. He's got his partner. I've got my kids. And he always said, some people need that to sell a fight. We don't.
No.
You know what I mean? We're two local lads.
You seem you're a bit too savvy. Like, even if he was going to start,
listen,
like you said,
I'm not
going to get drawn in it.
You get drawn in to a debate, a slagging match, you've lost.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a smart man. Yeah. Right? But listen, don't get it twisted. The whole facade of he can, if you notice, you know, one thing I've clocked everything he does. He can remember dates, like his memory. He could tell you every date what he was doing, what we was talking about. He's a very smart man. So to get in an argument with him,
that's fucking autism. That.
No, but listen, and that's genuine. Like, to get into like at the end of the day, we're fighting men. You know, we know what we got to do. I respect Josh before the fight. I respect him a lot more after the fight. You know what I mean? There's no. But at the end of the day, like I said, we are going to fight. We are going to give 100%. And it's just going to be a pleasure to fight him. Like, let's say, look at some of the names he's been in with. Look at the names I've been in with. There ain't no one in Plymouth who can say we've boxed the caliber lads between us both. Like, and that's genuine. From an amateur stage to an international stage. So we've probably between us both, like said, 150 plus bouts. We've boxed anyone and everyone. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, it's very rare you get two people of that caliber to fight each other. And it was a match made in heaven for Brad. He's rubbing his hands, you know what I mean? And,
definitely.
Like I said, it's going to be...
just touching on that, you obviously, we know about Josh's background, how he started. So you, and obviously how you started, but you've got a bit more of an amateur background then, yeah? Like you said, box for England and that.
Yeah, do you know what? I had a really good. I always live on this one. This is the one. I'll dine on this one because I was a good amateur, very good amateur, a lot better amateur than what I'm a white collar fighter. Well, like I said, it's I had a really good amateur, 36 bouts, 32 wins. Nice. And I loved every second of it. Yeah. I genuinely lived it back then, do you know what I mean? It was like, that's how I met Brad, a lot of other good local lads through the amateur scene, and I boxed at every club possible and went everywhere, all around the country. Went over to France, Ireland, Wales a couple of times.
Was there a point where you thought like you're going to go far here? Or?
Yeah, at 18. At 18 years of age, I thought, that's it, I'm turning pro. I used to train with Plymouth's legend and one of my favourite boxers, so a big shout out to Scott Dan. That he took me on from a young age, and I trained it, but I was very lucky that I was looked after up there. And so it was like my amateur career was good. Yeah, we were due to turn pro, and then I took a different path in life. Yeah, and I went into prison for a long time. Oh, okay. Prison for a very long time. Made a lot of stupid choices. Yeah. And that was one of the reasons why I am still boxing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not that I feel I've done, but it's my choices. I made the wrong decisions, and ultimately I paid massively for it. But and the one thing I missed more than anything was boxing. Yeah. Like I said, it's all I've known since a kid. Yeah. So to come back and still be able to do it now and share the ring with the likes of Josh, I was away, so all these lads were like doing brilliant. Like the names he's saying the fights with, like Lewis Everson, Courtney Richards, people like that, like brilliant. I mean, I'm sat in a cell like, I really miss it, do you know what I mean? Gosh, and fast forward now, like I said, in all honesty, I should have retired 10 years ago. But it's just like, it's hard to call it a day. But,
do you find, like you say, this goes to both of you really, obviously you know why we do this and that. Do you find like, it helps with you, like, and I don't know you sort of, your past sort of medically with like mental health and things, but do you find the gym, the boxing, the training, it helps with your mental health?
Massively.
Yeah.
Massively. Yeah. And I can only speak for myself. Yeah. But if it weren't for this, I'd be a depressed mess. Yeah. I'd be, and I think it should be spoke about a bit more because we all got a bravado, we all put like a certain character onto whatever situation. Yeah. And I think it's I said, I can speak for me personally that without this and being not even just the training or the fighting side of it, being around the gym, helping others, seeing other people do well and helping others to do well, I think it's very important for especially for mental health, massively.
And you've seen others like that sort of come into the gym and it's helped them as well? You've seen examples of that?
I train with regularly, and no doubt Joshua, we have lads in the gym who's never going to fight. Yeah. They come down here because their mental health is in a bad way. Yeah. And they say, look, the hardest part is getting in here. Once you walk through that door, you're always going to go out feeling better, no matter what. Yeah. And there's always times, I don't know if Josh will agree on, there's times when you think, fucking hell, I can't be bothered to train tonight.
Every night.
You know what? Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It is. That gets to that point being, like, unless you've got a fight coming up and things, it's hard to stay ticking over. So it's like, if I can come in and help someone, or we can watch someone, like who's not fighters as such, but just the lads who are struggling. Yeah. I've got lads, I know Josh's team, their lads, they have a group chat. We have one with our team. They've got lads in there, I message on a daily basis, just a simple message, you're right today, mate. That's it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's just nice to check in on people. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, it's a good experience, fact of allowing people to come into the gym, they're going to fight, but let them use the facilities.
Definitely.
But I said, the flip reverse of that is, I work in Bridgewater Monday to Friday, and I thought, we're doing day shift, go to a gym, bit of fitness. And there was can't even remember the gym now, but I went into a gym, there was pad work, a boxing class, for example, with other people. And he was like, do you mind jumping in the ring? I said, yeah, all right. And he picked me in a fucking sparring session with somebody he was fighting on Saturday. I lasted 2 rounds. Honestly, he went, by 3rd round, I took off for fuck you, mate. And I said, I've come in for a bit of fitness.
You've been chucked in the deep.
Yeah, well-being.
Yeah, that's not good.
I was in the corner, they fucking...
Do you reckon it was mistaken identity? They thought like you'd come in as some like out of towner that was here to give them some
there's a few of them, isn't there? There is a few who just goes around gyms.
I went in there, just finished work, and I thought, all right. Me and Shani went in there, right? And then first of all, I thought you thought, they actually want to box, right? So I'm like, just
come in for some fitness.
He's come over and he said, no, he's grabbed my leg. At that point, I thought, fuck this. He's like, no, you got to stand like this. boom, I'm not getting headbutt at the floor. I'm thinking, I wanted some pad work, a bit of fitness. No, he said, yeah, can you jump in the ring for a minute?
Yeah.
Well, but based upon what you've said, I recommend going to Damon's class because that sounds like a fucking Doghouse on a Monday night Friday.
It's
Jesus Christ.
different horses with different courses.
is that
Wow.
what he's meant to be?
He's like, you jump in the ring. I said, what, the leg guard? And he's like, no, jump in.
But it does imagine that it is like a not ideal place. Like for someone, if there's obviously you've got the downside if you are going to get inspired. But like you see people that come that they're never going to fight. Yeah. But you walk through the door. There is a camaraderie, and they're in like a boxing gym. Like I've been in here one thing, and you're all like fucking bantering away and joking away. Even the ones that are not part of the same club, but. And you've got that, and I think it gives people something, doesn't it? A sense of belonging, it's,
100%.
Fitness, endorphins being released. It's a great thing. Do you know what I mean? I think, and then some people might surprise themselves. They train a bit, they get themselves a bit fit, they go a bit of pads, they go a bit of sparring. They're like, actually, do you want to fight? And they go, actually, and it can just change someone's whole outlook on life. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, this sport keeps people alive.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
100%.
I promise you that. I tell you what, I am. And I think, fucking leopard print shorts. I have no issue telling people I struggle quite regularly. If you watch 2.5 hours of this, or however long we've yabbered on for now, you can already tell I crave attention. If I didn't have it, I'd have nothing. I'd have absolutely nothing. And I think the beauty is people aren't prepared to talk about it. It's becoming more affluent as the years go on. 2026 to 2030, maybe it'll be even more open. You see Andy Mann's clubs, things. We have a clean sheet. There's much more accessible.
It needs to be, doesn't it? It needs to be out there now. It's got to be.
But I can guarantee now that there is not one person who's come in this gym or anyone who's in here today that doesn't have their issues. Whether it be something in, I don't know, their cat might be ill. Their family could be ill. Their wife could be leaving them. Their husband's leaving them. Their skin. They've just got mental health issues, depression, anxiety, chemistry-wise. And this year, going on to the endorphins, that is chemistry being released. That makes you better. And if you were to pick an affluent sport like ballet or horse riding or something, then you probably don't have the opportunity to talk about it. And what I can say about it, going on to mental health, it'll keep people alive because it just makes you feel so much fucking better. That is just physical. That is just, you work a sweat up, your brain releases some good shit or whatnot. I can't pretend I'm a chemist here. I'm no fucking Heisenberg. But on the flip side of also how it keeps people alive is I find the Doghouse Boxing Gym a fascinating case study. You'd want to get Mary Ainsworth down here, the baby attachment theory woman, Sigmund Freud himself. This is a hub of unlike anything I've ever seen. You have people in here without a fucking brain cell. And I mean that nicely. You've got people in here that outside of this boxing gym probably couldn't even speak a word of their English. They probably can't even speak a word of fucking English to people. I'm not going to name them out of politeness, but you can think of who do I have really fucking hard spars with? Do you know what I mean? There's people in it. No, what I'm saying is outside of this fucking street, they're fucking half fucking like...
This becomes their identity, Josh, doesn't it?
It does. Becomes their identity.
Really does. It gives you identity.
I once seen him fucking talk to a fucking pigeon. I've seen him but he's
what about catching the pigeons in here?
And he's the most respected, and he is the most, I'll tell you, we'll edit out his name. So anyway, this gentleman that I am discussing, he's slow. He'll probably, and while he's in here, he's probably our most respected athlete. Do you know what? He can come and see your gem boys in the task a lot. He comes in. And he's well respected with them lot.
He's respected by everyone. He's a lovely...
But what my point is just say for argument's sake, he turned up at the scaffolding site, or whatever the majority of them are, they'd probably be thinking, you fucking idiot, or you fucking don't talk to
if you didn't know him,
whereas he comes in here, he see your fucking boys, and all 6 of your boys that are there on that night, or 10 of them will go, "Hard cunt he is."
It's giving him that respect, isn't it, from people in that circle. No, like you both said about it then, you've straight away when you said who it was, obviously we won't say it, but you were like, no, respect to him, he's one of the best athletes in here, he's good.
He's a tough lad.
Again, going on, and not just that, then you've got, so I'm the Stonehouse felon, because I've never committed a crime, ever. I never got in trouble at school. I never argued with my parents. But half of them in here are problem bastards.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they didn't have stuff like this,
Yeah.
would they be down Union Street on a Friday night knocking fuck out of someone? I'd rather they knock fuck out of me for 8 rounds on a Friday night than get down, clouting somebody,
Or
making
end up
cracks his
banged
head.
up or,
They crack their head.
Just on that one, you said about welcoming people to the gym. Have you had anybody in that just come in for fitness and thought, fuck me, they're actually pretty good?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens every so often.
Yeah.
And
And also, and like you say, and I love this, right, by the way, like, you've obviously got into it later on and thing, and it's about conquering your fear and about finding something that you love and being a showman and that. And yours is very much like the, you know, the amateur background, the, you know, the purest
yeah,
side of things.
my best days.
Yeah.
It genuinely was really like amazing days.
Have you ever had anybody that's come in, or you probably have, but like, is there been examples of people that have come in for the wrong reasons? Like you said, you wanted it to like, so you weren't afraid. But have you ever come in and said, I want to learn how to fight so I can go and beat the shit out of somebody? Have you ever come across that? And, or is that not, because they don't make it obvious?
Nah, do you know what, in all fairness, like you said, I can only speak for ourselves, and I've been quite lucky enough to train in most gyms.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm thinking, yeah, it's one of the only places in a boxing gym, you see these quotes on Instagram where you could be whatever in walk of life, and you all seem to gel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What you do outside. Nah, and like I say, you do get the odd time where you get like what I would say a dickhead just turning up, and you got no time for that. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. You
One bad
filter 'em
apple
out,
can just fucking we ain't got time for that.
That's good, yeah, no.
Like, I think everyone's really respectful and just try to help each other, really.
Yeah.
You see it on films, don't you, when they turn up at a gym and they go, oh yeah, jump in the ring with him. And then the boxers bang, 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 bang. Not so good here.
Do you know what? I think every single man, just for ego, I'd love to know I could go out and chin someone now. Like if you said to me right now, the three of you went, actually, I've got a technique. If you do that, you guarantee knock people out. I want to learn it so I know that when I go out to my car in a minute, if I'm parked in the wrong spot, I can give one of them one of that. But you become humbled quickly. If you're a fucking idiot.
Do you know what? That's right. That is.
Exactly.
But, you get humbled fast.
And I think the beauty of that is if that is your attitude in life, your attitude determines your altitude. That's a cliche for the camera right there. You can stick that on a poster. You're just a fucking idiot who's going to go nowhere. You're going to get no respect there because everyone's going to look at you like you're a fucking cock. Nobody's going to want to help you. Eventually, even if they were really good, for argument's sake, we'd find somebody better than us.
Just like the principle. You're going to get humbled. You're going to get humbled sooner rather than later.
That must be good to see when, like you say, if you got a dickhead in there and you think, well, actually, we're going to humble you a bit. And
I got no time for it. I got no time for it. Like,
I think, you fight for how many rounds, whatever, a bit of respect after. Gloves are off, you sit next to each other, you go to each other's corner, shake hands with the coaches, shake hands, that's it.
100%.
Unless you go in, you're in the ring and you go in, you fancy number 2? Yeah, or do you fancy it again? Yeah. Or a lot of it, the time you see that on, say, proper mainstream boxing, let's go round 2, or they're in after and they're calling someone else out. But you train to fight, but have you ever been in that situation where you've trained and you know you've won the fight, but you've been fucked over because you're fighting somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay,
How long you got? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you've trained.
But how does that affect you? Like you say, how does that affect you? Like knowing that you've given everything, and you know there's no feeling like having your hand raised, is there? And
it's the best feeling, but you know what? I find more frustrating is when it's one of your lads fighting. That there's sort of like the times where like the length of time me and Josh has been in it. You sort of become accustomed to it. You fight on an away show, you got to knock them out to win. Yeah, of course. So what is the frustrating part is when it's one of your lads who's really invested and you've invested in them time-wise. And it's sort of like, it's fucking disheartening. It is disheartening. But that's sometimes, if it's a close fight and it's on an away show, you ain't going to get it.
Sort of expected.
It's almost like quite common, Josh, isn't it?
No, 100%. And do you know what, though? I tell you what, I comes in and I tries to be so... I think I'm a YouTuber now. 6, 7. You like that one, didn't you, Evie? I'm trying to fucking engage it. 6, 7. All right, we can edit that, but that was just me trying to... Going philosophical about it is in your heart of heart. Don't get me wrong. You want to be the one that fucking gets your hand raised because you got the picture and you can do that. Or you want your boy or your athlete or your girl, your athlete to be the one who wins. But fucking, I don't know, just say I went out and had a 15-minute punch up in the street with somebody. Nobody's going to say to me at the end of it, you won. Either matey's face is going to be fucking bashed in, or my face is going to be bashed in. I know if I'm the winner or not. So that, I'd be more sad having me fucking hand raised if I hadn't won. But I think if you can again, going back to if you've got enough knowledge of the sport, it's like if you scored 5 goals to 0, and then the referee said, "Yeah, your team lost." Well, you come out and go, "Oh, you fucking put 5 past and they put none past our keeper."
So he's having that, like you said before, about having those people who are close to the sport, who watch the fight. If, like, say, you had a fight and Damon was watching, and afterwards, actually, Josh, you won that. You didn't deserve to lose.
Do you know what? Funny you should say that. Just a quick one, actually. I remember watching Josh's fight down against Dean Hayward down, and it was on my comeback fight after being away for a long time. And I come back and...
Who did you fight?
Cuckoo Johnson.
Fuck it now,
Cuckoo Johnson. Cuckoo Johnson.
All right, cool.
And I remember, big up Cuckoo. I remember watching Josh, and he genuinely, in my opinion, and this is an unbiased opinion, he won the fight. I think I was more gutted for him than what he was. He was just like, and he lost Dean on an away show, and fucking fuming. I thought, like, how can he do that?
See, what I love about it though is I think it's beautifully subjective, because I don't think there's footage of that one. I remember it. I remember it.
They was lining me up to box him afterwards, and
it was the 30th of it was the 6th of April. 6th of April 2019. 6th of April 2019. Am I correct? Am I correct?
I ain't got fucking.
Was it 29? And I remember the people that were on your table as well. Funnily enough, I remember it all. I had thought I had taken that 3-2 in a 5-rounder. So I don't think it was. I don't feel like hard done by.
It's just frustrating. It can be frustrating.
Like you said, you've got that feeling. You know that someone you respect thought you won the fight. So for you, it hasn't gone to waste your training and your prep and your effort, because actually people who know the sport have gone, actually, you won that. Do you know what I mean? So it's not
you're going to get that quite a lot.
It's not like $1 million at stake, is there? So he's like, oh, fuck, I've lost.
And I enjoyed it so because he was an hard man. He was like quite a hard man.
He was a tough bloke, wasn't he? He was
no
fool.
I remember he'd like popped our nose, or not popped it, but there was like quite a bit of one of my favourite boxing photos is I went up on the ropes after because I'd won. I knew I'd won. 3 rounds to 2. Do you know, I'm counting them up. It's like, oh, all right, I've won that round. I lost that round. Fucking hell, it's 4-1 to me now. Yes, I've won 5-3. And but again, it just it's not life or death, is it?
It's the pure thought of boxing, mate. Isn't it?
Have you ever, they said, you've won a fight, but they said they lost, but they've gone and said you won that one. The boxing.
I've had opponents. Not so much like later on there, like in the white collar game. Yeah, it's very rare. Like but
you get it a little bit more in the amateur.
In the amateurs, it's very definitely. There's a lot more. Yes, a lot more honest. Yeah.
I think just before the camera started rolling, I think I suggested it to Brad. And out of curiosity, what a shit host Bradley Kinsman you are. 2 hours ago, he said, I'm going to go over to the shop and get you all around a drink. Like, he's gone. And turned back up.
Thanks, Brad.
But really,
I could sit here and chat to you both for ages. Like
it's been a while.
No, listen to Josh. I reckon possibly try and set up your own podcast.
I'm going to agree with this.
I got one more thing. Going back to how you ever know I've always been fair. If I've lost, I've lost. And again, I also don't really give a flying fuck that much. It is what it is. I'm going to go. No matter what happens, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get to play my PlayStation. I'll probably have a takeaway. I've picked up 150 quid or whatever. I'm going to have a can of Red Bull, and I've got to have a punch up. It's class. I got to fucking whack someone's got to whack me. I boxed a fella called Yves Humphreys in Exeter, back when it was Club Rococo's.
Club Rococo's, Fahim.
Big up Fahim. Big up Fahim. And I won. I won all 3 rounds. They give it to him. And you know what I did? I remember I put on my Facebook, I said, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, I am the winner. So I got me 200 likes, but again, it's all about attention. That's the only reason I ever used to try and win. Because if you lose and you say, oh, I'm so sorry to everyone I've let down today, you might get 85 likes. But if you won, you get 285 likes. So I said, I've won. Driving back from Exeter, I was sat in the minibus or whatever, the comment, well done, mate, get on the felon. I think comment 30 was something like, mate, I was there. Didn't say he'd won. And I was like, yeah, well, he didn't win, did he? You know, cheating bastard.
You know you won.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's brilliant.
Where's the-
Right, yeah. So yeah, like I say, I could sit here and chat to you both for ages, and
It's
I've
been
got
class, lads, and thank you for having us on. Genuinely.
appreciate your time.
Yeah, I don't know about you two, but I definitely think there could be a part 2 after the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
What we should do is like in each other's home.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, that'd be a hell of a show. If I come to your city,
Yeah. I'd be
maybe
British.
you come to one of this one, and it depends how much Brad's going to pay us, you know, because also the bit we have missed here, boxing is still a bit of a business.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
And like you say, 18th of April
18th of April.
at
Yes.
Plymouth Albion. Civil War, they're calling it. Josh King, Damon Ware. Go to Damon for your tickets because he ain't going to drop them to you, apparently. But I'm sure he will make an exception.
He will.
No, not at the price of diesel now. It's £1.71 a litre. You come to me. Come to me if you want that.
Obviously, Ty's got some big news coming, which he'll post up in due course. But yeah, Ty.
Yeah, gents, I'll tell you what, it's been the fucking most hilarious podcast we've done,
Yeah.
I have to admit. We've done some, but the best thing about it, the message was there, and the fact that boxing helps people. But
Massively.
whether you're gonna get both in the ring on April the 18th, but the respect you've got from each other before you go in there, and the respect you're gonna have after, just goes to show what mental health does for this. Sport, boxing does for mental health, and what you two are doing for the sport. The fact of you can sit here and talk openly about mental health. So a massive thank you from us. Yeah, like we said, we've got some massive news coming on the organisation, which hopefully will be shared in May. But yeah, gents, massive thanks, and get to the Plymouth Albion on the 18th of April because we will be.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a bit of purpose, get yourself down to the gym. Not the gym he went to.
Yeah, not Bridgewater, come Plymouth.
These two go.
Yeah, most importantly, everybody, and thanks for listening and keep talking.
Cheers.